3-0 in the opening quarter. But on 4th and 2, Remy Hamilton trying the field goal. It's blocked. Michigan, Shea Foster grabs the ball, advances it 2 yards, got him a first down, led to a touchdown. Michigan up 7-3. Lee Becton, only his second fumble at Notre Dame. Clarence Thompson knocking it loose. We move to further action. 4th quarter, after a field goal, the Irish trailing 23-17, just over 2 minutes to play, and on the kickoff, it's Mike Miller behind a wall of blockers all the way down to the Michigan 37. Notre Dame staged for one of those famous comebacks. Ron Paulus for Derek Mays in the end zone, knocked down, though, by Deion Johnson. Pass interference called, so on 1st and goal, Paulus again. This time, watch, Mays looking a bit like Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone. 24-23, the Irish leading with 52 seconds left. No timeouts for Michigan. Todd Collins hits Jay Remersma over the middle for 27 yards. 2 plays later, Collins, the senior, avoiding Burt Berry, hitting Seth Smith, who wisely gets out of bounds. 7 seconds left. Remy Hamilton, a 43-yard field goal for the win if he can hit it.
Last snaps and it's placed down. The kick is on its way. It's high enough, long enough. It's good! Remy Hamilton has done it! A 42-yard field goal with 2
And that deserves a wow. Notre Dame, in their last 8 losses, 6 have come at home. 3 of the last 4 times that Michigan has beaten the Irish, Notre Dame has finished the season unranked. Collins outpassed Paulus 224 yards to 187, especially in the second quarter. Northwestern had the lead. Mike Mitchell had the ball for Stanford. Looked like he lost it. Is that a touchdown? 13-10 Stanford. Gary Barnett didn't want to hear about it. Second quarter, Stanford leading 20-17. Dennis Lundy, 130 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, this one of them to give Northwestern a 24-20 lead. Then third quarter tied at 34 on 3rd and goal. Steve Schnurr to Michael Centers. It's 41-34 Northwestern. 4th and goal. Stenstrom with all kinds of time and keeps it himself. He threw for 2. He runs for 1. We're tied at 41. 32 seconds left. 3rd and 15. Stenstrom with the first down completion. Game-winning field goal attempt here. Eric Abrams from 23 yards out. He was 11 of 11 between 20 and 29 yards before he missed this one. Bill Walsh said of that kick, "We missed poorly. There's no excuse for it." The last 8 years now, Stanford has not won its opener, this one finishing at a tie. SMU and UCLA in Pasadena. And the Mustangs could have used Eric Dickerson. Still, it was 17-10 Bruins, 1:45 remaining in the 4th quarter. Ramon Flanagan on 1st and goal, and then Jacques Smith on 2nd and goal. He loses 2. 3rd and goal from the 5. If they get in, they tie it, maybe win it with a 2-point conversion, but he's sacked. One of 8 sacks by the Bruins. On 4th down, Flanagan floating one for Dante Womack, and it just does fall incomplete. What an effort from Tom Rossley's team, but they fall short. And Terry Donahue got to get his guys ready for the Cornhuskers, favored by more than 3 touchdowns. SMU, by the way, still hasn't beaten a ranked team since returning from the death penalty in 1989. J.J. Stokes, a bruised thigh, kept him from playing. He is expected to be ready, though, when UCLA does visit Nebraska next.
Napoleon Kaufman making them unwelcome. The cutback left, and there he goes. 38 yards in for the score. 7-0 Huskies. Big day for Kaufman. More on him later. Buckeyes not obeying rule number 1, which is, of course, hold on to the football. Cummings, Ritchie hits Eddie George. George loses the ball. Huskies recover. Then on the next play, Damon Heward to Eric Bjorson, who used to be a quarterback, and now he's a pretty decent receiver. And the Huskies are somewhat of an upset winner, 25-16. Napoleon Kaufman, 211 yards on the ground. He surpasses Hugh McElhaney as the school's all-purpose yardage leader. This is Elijah Williams, the freshman, running with the savvy of a senior. The cutback right there, and that's a 52-yard gain. It would set up a field goal. 31-7 Gators at the break. And yes, it got worse from there. 3rd quarter, Terry Dean had 3 touchdowns in the first half, and why not some more? Play action goes for Ray Del Anthony, and ain't nobody even close to him. 65 yards, he's in, and this is the Gators in a ho-hummer, 73-7. 11 different Florida receivers caught passes in the game. 4 touchdown passes for Terry.
The Sun Devils. First quarter, 3rd and 12, 5 wide receivers in the game. Frank Costa hits Jamie German on a delayed middle screen, and he's off and running for a Miami touchdown. And it's 6-3. Costa 14 of 27, 295 yards. And another connection here on a quick slant. Jonathan Harris goes in for a 26-7 Miami lead. 4 touchdown passes for Costa. Again, it's German who caught 4 passes for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. The speed advantage for Miami was overwhelming. Hurricanes win their 66th straight game against an unranked opponent, and the Canes have won 10 straight games when on ESPN. Staying in the Grand Canyon State, Arizona hosting New Mexico State. It had rained in Tucson. It didn't matter. Penn State transfer, Dan White to Richard Dice. 57 yards, 7-0 Arizona. 11 of 21 for 198 yards for Dan White, and good defense here. Ledbetter on the run throwing. Watch Brandon Sanders, and that deserves an out. In the second quarter, White coming back for more. 10-1 as a starter after the victory on this one. Connecting with Richard Dice, 5 catches, 150 yards. Arizona rolls a couple of 4s. 44-0 the final, totaling 561 total yards. New Mexico State reached midfield only 2 times in each game. But this one, the Nittany Lions blew wide open. Kerry Collins to Freddie Scott. To Jonna Carter, 119 yards, 38-14. The Nittany Lions win it. Florida State and Maryland. Bobby Bowden's team has never lost an ACC game, but they were struggling against Maryland. The screen pass, Geroy Simon breaking 1 tackle, going down the sideline. The Terps led 20-17 at halftime, but FSU went for the rewrite. Sophomore Warwick Dunn takes the pitch, 104 yards rushing for Dunn. The Seminoles score 35 straight points and go on to win it. Danny KANELL threw for over 400 yards. Louisville visiting Texas in Austin. 40 seconds left. Cardinals down 23-16. The pass tipped. Joey Ellis picks it off 49 yards. They do it with defense. 30-16. Texas takes it. That was the final. Tennessee and Georgia doing that Hedges thing. And James Stewart looks like a loss. Tremendous running here by Jimmy Stewart as he kind of stutter steps into the clear. 1 of 4 touchdowns, had 211 yards. It's a wonderful life as James Stewart helps Tennessee to the victory. Eric Zier did pass for 401 yards. BYU and the Air Force. John Walsh, once again, outstanding, hitting Mike Johnston here on the button hook. Walsh, 3 touchdown passes, amazing accuracy as BYU wins at 45-21. 1AA, Alcorn State and Tennessee Chattanooga, best quarterback that you don't see enough of. Alcorn State, Steve McNair, threw 8 touchdown passes, 647 total yards. That's a Division I AA record. Willie Satellite Totten, where are you?